believers and make-believers, I'm back! My goodness, that month has flown by, but my hiatus is officially done. It was really, really great actually. I got so much writing done and I came up with so many more ideas. So I am not stopping YouTube because I love making these videos for you and I love having this way of interacting with you guys. However, I am cutting down on some things, mainly Freedom Friday. If you saw it the other day, you would have seen in the description that I wrote that Freedom Friday will now be a monthly thing, simply because, as I pointed out a while ago in my last video, eons ago, that it takes me about 8 to 10 hours to do a Freedom Friday, including the filming, setting up the green screen and all that stuff, plus the editing time when I'm like putting things together and getting all the quotes. So it's a lot of time, and I realized in this month off that in those 8 to 10 hours I can write about 20,000 words. And on average a book is about 70,000 to 100,000 words. So when you can knock off 20,000 words in a week that you normally couldn't knock off, it cuts down the writing time by a lot. And so I am going to sacrifice my weekly Freedom Fridays, but to get more books written and more stories out to you guys, because at the end of the day, that's the dream. I will still, however, be uploading my books to Munch and books I've munched and writing journeys and all that good stuff every week to 10 days. But yes, so starting off with this one, which is my books to Munch for the month of April. I did not read many books in my hiatus as well. It was definitely just a full writing focused month. I did, however, get through 2 books of my 3 books, so that was pretty good. And I started the 3rd book on the last day of March, so I feel like it still technically counts as March's indie pick of the month, but I didn't finish it, so it's become my April indie pick of the month, and that is Eyes of Winter by E.R. Bennett. She's actually a friend of mine that I met through Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. Basically, she actually read At Water's Edge and really liked it and followed me on social media, and then basically got talking, and she's lovely. So I was so excited when she said she was releasing a book, and now I finally get to read the book. So Eyes of Winter is my indie pick of the month. Eyes of Winter is book 1 in the Storm Bloodline saga, and it follows the life of a girl called Winter who basically doesn't know how powerful she is. She has a deep, dark, twisted, yet magical family history, and she is extremely powerful, and so her family tried to shield her from it by not telling her who she truly is and taking her away from that dark, twisted world. However, of course, the past catches up with her, and unfortunately she ends up losing her family in a car accident, which is when all hell breaks loose. That, by the way, is not a spoiler, that is in the blurb. As a result of the death of her family, Winter is whisked away back into the world that her family tried to keep her from, and she meets the family matriarch who has plans to use Winter and all of Winter's glorious power for her own personal gain. Needless to say, this woman is evil, and of course Winter is dying to get away from her and of course seek revenge on those that caused the accident of her family's death. So it is a very vengeful and powerful story of a young girl trying to discover who she is, where she fits into this new world that she has tumbled into, and also how she escapes from the evil of her past. The second book I'm reading this month is one that I have been dying to read, like so excited, and I finally bought it 2 or 3 weeks ago. So this is part of a trilogy that I read or started reading year before last, and it was captivating, shocking, and oh my goodness, my heart. And then I wasn't really prepared for the 3rd book, but then of course I went out to the bookstore and there it was, and I just had to get it. And I am both excited and terrified to finish this series and see what happens in this beautiful book called Half Lost by Sally Green. It is the 3rd in the Half Bad series. There is Half Bad, Half Wild, and Half Lost. And I just know it's going to continue in the same vein as the other books, which are gripping, terrifying, exciting, exhilarating, gut-wrenching, heartbreaking, and powerful. I highly recommend this series. So since this is the 3rd in the series, okay, wait, hang on. First of all, actually, can we just appreciate the beauty of this cover? I love all the covers in the series. The first one is like a smoky image of a man. One second. The first one, can you see that? Is like the smoky half face of a person. It's the second one, a bit harder to see, is a wolf. I don't know, is that showing? Is that showing? Oh. And And the third one is a burning tree. So again, not to give spoilers, I'll just recap on what the Half Bad trilogy is about. It follows white witches and black witches. White witches are good, black witches are bad, they have the dark magic. And basically a boy called Nathan, who is half white witch, half bad witch, but he doesn't know where he falls. And he is basically wanted by both sides. The black witches want him because of course he harbors the potential to be a powerful dark witch, and the white witches want him to eradicate the most powerful dark witch because he is a black witch, but he's also a white witch, so he can kind of play both sides. However, they want him against his will, and it embarks on a whole adventure of whether he becomes a white witch, a black witch, and what he does with his insurmountable power, and whether he does overthrow the most powerful black witch, or whether he actually turns against the white witches and their evil monarchy sort of ways. And the third and final book that I am reading this month is a book that was gifted to me for my birthday in January, and I have been looking forward to getting to it ever since. It is a non-fiction book, which is what I'm trying to read more of this year. So I don't know if you saw, but I kind of have been reading The Power of the Subconscious Mind, which is so interesting, and I've also been listening to the audiobook, which you can find on YouTube, by the way, if you're interested. And then my friends were kind enough to buy me this beauty called If at Birth You Don't Succeed, which is a pretty hilarious title, by Zach Anner. I don't know much about Zach Anner. I've seen a couple of his videos. I know he has cerebral palsy and that he's a great motivational speaker that's in a wheelchair, and he's apparently a comedian as well, so I don't know much about this, but this is his memoir. It says, My Adventures with Disaster and Destiny, so I think he's going to be quite powerful, moving, engaging, and uplifting. I started reading just the first couple of pages the other day, and it's already pretty witty. I mean, there is, of course, sadness in his tale, like he was born early, and as a result of that, he got cerebral palsy. You know, he had a difficult upbringing. However, he has definitely turned it around, conquered it, and gone on to do many, many great things. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this, and I think it's going to be a beautiful, powerful way to finish off my reading month of April. And that is all the delicious books I plan on devouring this month. What books are you reading this month? What have you been up to this month that I have been off from filming? I am so looking forward to connecting with you guys again. As I said, I will be posting another video in another week to 10 days. I will not be doing a Freedom Friday, just a reminder, until May. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you like all my other videos, then please consider subscribing. And until next time, I'll see you. Bye!